Next we'll start with module 5, Z transform. Z transform. You have already studied about Z transform in mathematics. It is a little bit difference with respect to mathematics. Why we need to study Z transform? We'll discuss some of the introduction based on your Z transform. Z transform is the extension version of a DTFT. What we discussed in the last class means last module, DTFT, discrete time Fourier transform. It's an extension version of that. Then DTFT can be applied for signal that only converge, but Z transform can be applied for many signals compared to DTFT. Some set of signals we are going to apply for the DTFT, but Z transform we can apply n number of signals. Many number of signals we are going to apply this Z transform technique. And Z transform is the discrete counterpart of a Laplace transform. It will be related with respect to your Laplace transform. It is a discrete counterpart of a Laplace transform also we are going to tell. Then with respect to the applications, if you are going to study of a system characteristics by make use of Z transform, we are going to derive the computation structure for the implementing discrete time signals on computer. We are going to discuss. Those are the applications of this Z transform. And with respect to the relation, how we are going to deal with your Z transform is, this is a basic equation. X of Z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n. This is my standard equation for the finding a Z transform. Okay. Then again we can write this with respect to n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n, where I am going to replace z with respect to r e power j omega whole to the power of n. I am going to replace it with a z power minus n. This is also minus n. Z is replaced by r e power j omega. Okay, this I can write like this, summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. I can write minus j omega n. I can write. I am going to multiply with respect to both. Okay, I am going to club this, where we have a DTFT. DTFT can be applied only for the stable system, but Z transform can be calculated for both unstable system as well. Okay, DTFT is we are going to deal with applicable. It will be applicable for only stable system, but Z transform it will be for both stable and unstable system. We are going to apply. And the solution of a linear difference equation becomes easy with the help of a Z transform. It will be going to get the easy solution for the linear difference equation if you are going to apply Z transform. That is why these are the major applications. And some of the linear difference equation is converted into algebraic equation with the help of a Z transform. If you want to convert a linear difference equation is converted into a algebraic equation, we are going to use your Z transform. A purpose of learning Z transform. What is the purpose of learning Z transform? Why? Because we need to analysis of a discrete time signals and systems. Okay, we need to analyze discrete time signals and systems. We are going for the Z transform, and we need to design a digital filters. Digital filter design. It's a very important basic for the Z transform. Is a basic concept. And digital filters with respect to system synthesis also we are going to design. For these topics, this is the basic. That is why we need to learn Z transform. And what exactly the meaning of transformation? Okay, we are going to convert one form of energy, one form of a signal to the another form of signal. What it means if I am going to convert, if they will give x of n, for example, this is in the problem, for example, Z transform, they will give x of n. Z transform of x of n, Z transform is x of z I am going to get. Okay, this is in terms of time domain equation. time domain equation. This will be my frequency domain equation. I'm going to convert one form of signal to another form of signal. Means my signal is time domain signal. I'm going to convert this into a frequency domain signal. This is we are going to convert one form of signal to the another form of signals, that we can call it as a by use of Z transform, which will be a more convenient for the application. Some of the applications it will be more convenient. That is why we are going for the transformation. Either it may be Z transform or maybe discrete time Fourier transform, Fourier series. These are some of the different transformation techniques. In that Z transform is very, very important. What we discussed applications, why we need to learn these things. That is the main thing. Okay, all the transformations such as Fourier transform, Laplace transform, Z transform are used to convert time domain signal to the frequency domain signal. Okay, for example, if I'm going to give continuous signal, that continuous signal is in terms of frequency or time, it will be going to convert in terms of frequency, it will be going to convert. Okay, Laplace transform will be converts continuous time signal to the frequency domain or S domain. Okay, what we are discussed now is Z transform. Like that, if you are going to study Laplace transform, in the Laplace transform, what it will be? It will be going to take a x of t with respect to x of tau. Okay, this is time domain and this is a frequency domain with respect to continuous signal. We are going to study Laplace transform. Z transform, discrete time signal we are going to study. Similarly, Z transform converts discrete time signal domain signal to the frequency domain signal, or we can call it as a this is a Z domain. This is a Z domain and this is a S domain. Okay, this frequency domain we can call it as S domain and this Z transform we can call it as a Z domain. Why? Because we are going to apply Z transform. Here we are going to apply Laplace transform. That is why we can call it as a S domain and this is a Z domain. And similarly, we are going to take where in the equation what we consider, that is z is equal to r into e power j theta. What we consider this? What exactly this? Here r is the magnitude of a z. R is a magnitude of a z transform. What we are going to use, that z, and theta is a angle or frequency of the z. Frequency of z we can consider theta. Okay, why we are going to use this r and theta? We are going to construct a ROC. There we are going to discuss about these things. If I am going to take okay, we will continue this equation with respect to that. If I am going to take x of n, if I am going to take z trans, this what do we get? X of z. This is a time domain signal and this is a frequency domain signal. And finally, if I am going to get x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n and z power minus n. Throughout z transform, we are going to use this equation minus infinity to infinity. Okay, where z is equal to r e power j theta. Okay, this is my equation number 1. Make a note of this, then we'll discuss ROC based on this region of convergence. For this equivalent equation, I am going to write one diagram. You can make a note of this. This is your real of Z domain and this is your imaginary of Z domain. Here I am going to construct one circle. There we can find how exactly you will get theta and r. This is my r and this is the angle theta. Okay, either it may be frequency of z or it may be angle of theta. And r will be your magnitude of a z. or over.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, make a note of this. Make a note of this. From equation 1, from equation 1, which is Z transform formula, Z transform formula, we see that it is a summation of infinite values. It is a summation of infinite values. Infinite values. Therefore, there is a possibility that there is a possibility that x of z will tends to infinity. Will tends to infinity. Why? Because we are going to add from minus infinity to infinity. If, for example, my value will be if z is equal to 1, if n is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to minus infinity to plus infinity. If I am going to add 1 infinite times, what it will be get? It will get infinity. So that based on that x of z can be, it can be tends to infinity. Possibility that x of z will be tends to infinity means it can reach to infinity. Therefore, we need to see that x of z is not infinity. X of z is x of z is not infinity. Is not infinity. That is x of z is finite. X of z is finite. Okay. What we discussed in the second module and third module, the system stability. The stability what we are going to use, where magnitude of n with respect to x of n will be lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. When we are going to satisfy the condition of stability, the values should be stable. So that here also we need to find x of should be always it's a finite value. We need to get a finite value. Then only we are going to find zeros and poles. Then by make use of this, we can construct a ROC, that is region of convergence. Okay, that is it's a interlink between 1 to 1. How exactly we can discuss here. Okay, that statement. Therefore, we need to see to that x of z is not infinity. That is x of n is a finite. Okay, next point. The range of small r, the range of small r for which this condition satisfy, for which this condition is satisfied is known as ROC, is known as ROC, that is region of convergence, region of convergence, ROC. It's a very important ROC topic. Or the set of z, the set of z for which summation converges is known as ROC. We have two different statements, that is the range of R for which this condition satisfied is known as ROC, that is region of convergence, or the set of Z for which summation converges is known as ROC, is known as ROC. Make a note of this example. This is your real of Z domain. This is your imaginary of Z domain. This is R. This is my ROC, region of convergence. How exactly, when we are going to solve a problem, we will come to know how exactly we are going to get this ROC. Make a note of this. Or next, significance of ROC. Next, make a note. Significance of ROC. First point, ROC gives an idea about values of Z for which Z transform can be calculated. Z transform can be calculated. And second point, ROC can be used to determine causality of the system. ROC can be used to determine causality of the second system. Last point, ROC can be used to determine stability of the system. Stability of the system. These are the significance of ROC. Next, we'll start with the problems. First problem. Find Z transform of x of n is equal to 3 power n u of n. Also plot the ROC. Okay. See the solution. Okay, listen carefully. It's a very important problems. What is my standard equation? X of Z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n. Next, if I am going to take x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. What is my x of n? 3 power n u of n z power minus n. Okay. Then if I am going to take u of n, what is the limits for u of n? Can anyone tell me the limits for u of n? ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ.
0 to infinity.
Where n will be vary from 0 to infinity. Then 3 power n z power minus n. I am going to replace this u of n with respect to this limits. Then my equation will be becomes summation n is equal to 0 to infinity 3 power n z power minus n. I can write 3 z inverse whole to the power of n. I can write. Okay. Any doubts in this? Next.
No, sir.
Next, in the right side, we know that summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a to the power of n. Means if I am going to get my limits is 0 from 0 to infinity a power n in this form, I can take this is infinity if a is greater than or equal to 1, or else I will get 1 by 1 minus a if magnitude of a will be less than 1. Okay. If you want clarification for this, you can substitute more than 1. More than 1, you will get infinity. You can fit the values a greater than or equal to 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to infinity. You will get, if you add all these things, you will get infinity. If it is less than 1, what is the value? You will get 1 by 1 minus a. Like that, if I am going to solve for this, you will get 3z inverse. I can write this with respect to 1 by 1 minus 3z inverse I am going to get. Then I can replace this by 1 by 1 minus z inverse will be 1 by z. Like that, I can write 3 by z. If I am going to take LCM, you will get z by z minus 3 I am going to get. That is your x of z. This is a solution for x of z. Then we need to find ROC. We need to find ROC for the given problem. What I will do, I am going to take to plot the ROC. I need to consider this condition. Why? Because I got solution for this condition. A is less than 1, 1 by 1 minus a. I am going to considering this condition. Okay. For this condition, replace a by this value 3z inverse. 3z inverse I am going to get. Okay. Where ROC, where magnitude of 3z inverse will be less than 1. I am going to consider this condition so that I can write this 3 by z magnitude will be less than 1, or again I can write this 3 less than magnitude of z I am going to get, or else magnitude of 3 will be less than z I am going to get. Okay. It means that from 0 to 3, what is the meaning of 3 less than z? 3 less than z means it is magnitude of z will be greater than 3. Magnitude of z will be greater than 3. Z will be present after my 3. After 3. Exactly. I will write here ROC. See here. This is your real imaginary of a Z domain, real of Z domain. Here I will get this is my 0, this is my 1, 2, 3 across. Here I am going to get my position of 3, point of 3. At this I can write a circle, and this is your 3 and this is your 3. Okay, after 3 up to infinity I am going to get a ROC, region of convergence. Any doubts in ROC? This is my
No, sir.
ROC. Okay, 3 less than Z is same as magnitude of Z will be greater than 3. Where exactly is Z domain? That is your ROC. Like that we are going to write a ROC. Make a note of this problem. Always you have to go with this to find ROC. You have to take this value to find ROC. Why? Because we are going to take this relation by make use of this. Or
Yes, sir.
okay, can you try next problem? Second problem, take. Find the Z transform of x of n is equal to a power n u of n, and also plot the ROC. Replace 3 power n by a power n. Find the solution. It is your x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n, that is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a power n u of n z power minus n, that is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity u of n limits I am going to interchange a power n z power minus n that I am going to take with respect to n is equal to 0 to infinity az inverse to the power of n I am going to get. That will be your 1 by 1 minus az inverse that I can write 1 by 1 minus a by z, that is a by z by z minus a you are going to get. ROC, need to find ROC here, ROC where magnitude of az inverse will be less than 1, then a by z will be less than 1, a will be less than magnitude of z, or magnitude of z will be greater than a. You can write the ROC. This is a point A up to infinity. After A, 3 is replaced by A. This is my ROC. This is your real of Z. This is your imaginary of Z. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Try this problem. Find the Z transform of x of n is equal to minus 3 to the power of n, u of n minus 3. Find x of z and also plot the ROC. Try this problem.